Shadows fall over Ikarath's face as he gazes down at the staff and the mantle of the Coatl's herald. A long, scaly cloak with feathers lining the trim, and a large staff with two winged serpents swirling out from it and facing each other. As he looks them over, the airship slowly ascending, he can almost feel both sides of the torture within his mind. On one hand, the brilliant rainbow colors of the Coatl gazing down upon him, awaiting his choice. And on the other, the slithering scales of shadow, looking up at him from the darkness, daring him to make the wrong choice. What would Ikarath be feeling right now? How does our resident snake CEO feel about the troubles and struggles he's going through right now?
A lot of confusion and uncertainty, which he is not used to feeling. The way you just described it with the sort of battling there is exactly how he's feeling. Just incredibly conflicted by the fact that he is grown accustomed to the dark power and yet interested in this new power of the Coatl.
Despite his moment of thoughtfulness and introspection, he is interrupted by a call from above, followed quickly by knocking on his door. As Ikarath would step up to answer the door, he would find Bookworm, the scholarly little kobold friend, looking up at him.
Hi.
Bookworm seems to want to say something, but doesn't quite know how to say it, and you can see in his eyes that he's struggling to get something off his chest. I, um, look, there's, I, uh,
Come now, you've come all this way to say hello.
hi, um, yeah,
That I truly feel like you have more to say than just yes.
I do. I'm just trying to figure out how to say it.
Hmm.
Yeah, all right, I'm screw it. I'm just gonna be direct here. I know where another piece of the set is. I've known for a while.
Okay.
If
Do you
you're,
know which one it is?
he uh, he fidgets a bit. Obviously, not really comfortable saying it. I know where the scales are.
What exactly can you tell me about these skills?
They're they're a set of scale mail made out of the shed scales of the Coatl who ordered them all made. And I
Fascinating.
He does his best to push Icareth back into his room, but being a kobold, it's not easy.
Icarus will actually allow him to push him into the room.
Bookworm closes the door, and Icareth would see him working a quick spell that seals the door shut. No need for an Arcana check. He'd recognize it as a silence spell. Okay. The captain and Azura aren't the only descendants that are still alive. I know where the scales are because my ancestor is telling me where they are. And right now, he's telling me, as one of the potential sea princes, that I need to use it as blackmail against you.
Well, that is certainly a lot to unpack here.
I don't want to be a sea prince. I want nothing to do with this. I've seen the hell that the captain is going through, and I don't want that. I just want to write my book. So look, I know we're kind of on a westward thing right now, going from Tolplan to Oz to here, but like in the island of Labyrinthi, that's where they are. That's where a lot of my ancestors' descendants are right now.
Okay. Labyrinthi.
So like, and honestly, I'd like to go there and see my people. Like maybe not, become their leader or guide them to a glorious victory or whatever, but just meet them. So like if you could please try to convince the captain that we need to go there to find the rest of them, that would be really appreciated.
I will do what I can. I had Labyrinthi on my radar anyway, and
You did? Why?
I don't know, it seems like an interesting place out of many.
He blinks in surprise, but sighs with relief as he breaks the spell and steps out. Thank you. I'm gonna go.
And before you go,
Yeah.
for not blackmailing me, I will offer what protection I can of you.
He gives you a genuine smile and nods in appreciation before scuttling off to somewhere, his book dragging behind him.
And thank you.
With that, Ikarath, hearing the call of the captain, would emerge onto the deck, finding that the party is now deciding where to go next to wrap up the final loose ends on Dallamesa Island. And with that, I bid you all welcome to Prism Blade Gaming's Seas of Saltmarsh, episode 13. My name is Hawk Johansson, unfortunately, and I am your DM for this evening. That is the time of day we're in right now. Yes, I didn't just have to look that up. Anyway, also joining us today, we have Ryan playing Ikarath.
Hiss.
We also have
I don't
Shinzo.
know.
we also have Shinzo, our editor.
Hi, thank you all for joining.
We have Miss Bean.
Greetings.
We have Mr. Shun.
Hi.
We have Quinn.
Yo!
And we have Dingo.
Howdy.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, that was loud.
Apology. This is better.
So, I am going to start eating my pork chop whilst y'all y'all, you assholes, discuss where you're going to go first.
Right. Helika's poring over the golden temple rewards that we haven't spent yet. But she says, whatever that action is, wait, so isn't we going to go to the dwarf? She raises her eyebrow looking back at Captain Sorok.
Well, yes, we were going to investigate that, but there's also the factor that we need to potentially get those people out of that town. I don't know
Right.
when their yearly encounter with the Fire Elves are, but I'd rather not risk it being soon.
Hmm.
If we could get them
Alright.
onto those ships and then head over to the Dwarven fort, pop that open and investigate it while our ships are in the air, the Fire Elves won't be able to reach them while we are down there, down in the underground.
Right. And should we have to engage these fire elves?
I had thought about it a bit. Considering that the main holding is a little bit on the arrogant idea that they cannot be attacked, and the fact that we have a sort of air superiority thing going on, we could totally take advantage of the lack of defenses. But
Hmm.
if the ballistas and cannons and weapons are any indication in the town, they might have something that might prove to be a threat to us.
Right.
But as for the files that visit the town, well, I was thinking we'd leave them a parting gift.
Hmm.
Just a simple mm, explosive farewell.
Out from the
Yes.
back, you can hear, oh, I love the sound of that. As you can hear really aggressive sewing from her just on an embroidery hoop.
What the fuck does aggressive sewing sound like?
There you go.
But more
Well, there you go.
specifically, we rigged the town to explode when the entirety of those fire elves enter. We just set off the charges, and then watch the town go boom as we sail off, leaving whatever remains there.
Do we have that much explosives in our um, treasury or?
That's where the one idea comes into mind. We visit those dwarves first.
Ah,
We see if they have anything like that, and since they're dwarves, they might have gunpowder, or TNT, or dynamite, or any number of things that usually go boom to open up new caves. At least I suspect
right.
that's what they would have.
Hmm. Well, what does the others think? Amo and Ikarath, what do you all think? Shinzo, blowing up a town after we've evacuated it to get under the skin of those dastardly fire elves, or whatever they call them,
Flame Elves.
flame elves. So
As
just
Shinzo's. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
As he's just whittling at another figurine away, he just looks up. It's not the approach I would take. I like being at the forefront of it. But
Yeah.
if it gets the job done, I guess. And then he looks back down and goes back to whittling.
Just to be
Uh,
clear, no one's getting hurt.
Other than the fire elves.
Okay. Why are we setting up a trap? Can't we just evacuate the town and then use the mini cannons we have on this ship to nuke it from orbit? Whatever nuke. It's
Problem. They the town is set up with ballistas that are more directly aiming for the skies. Think about that.
Okay.
If
And
they have weapons that are designed that are usually just artillery pieces aiming to the skies most at some points, it indicates that either these fire elves have the capabilities of flight, or they have something that helps them fly.
okay.
Hmm.
So instead of running a small risk, doing our best to stay out of range of the ballistas, you want to take a day, day and a half, rig an entire town with explosives that we can remotely detonate.
Oh, no. We're not at risk of the ballistas. It's just the issue is our fire elf rivals are going to be a threat to us in the air and the ground, likely. And
Yes. So
to
why?
minimize that, and to minimize that risk, I want to lure in the military. And since they have this yearly thing about, attacking the human village, well, guess what's funnier than saying, fuck you, we took all these people away. Watching that
Hmm.
same town that they intend to raid backfire on their faces as they explode into a million pieces as the entire town collapses around them, just killing them relentlessly. Of course, mind you, there's also the option that we could ambush them in the town itself and go full on siege warfare on their asses. Or,
Uh,
well, more like pirate raiding levels.
That wouldn't be
a-
siege, that would be guerrilla tactics.
Or, yeah, guerrilla tactics.
and where exactly are we putting the dwarves?
Well, that's why we need Helika's ship here.
Hmm.
Because the idea is that if we're going to show that we pirates are meaning business with these fire elves, why don't we show them force of a proper fleet would look like?
Well, two ships isn't really a fleet, but I understand what you're getting at.
Two ships, yeah, it's
So
not a true
you're
fleet, but that doesn't mean that it's not a threat to be considering.
so your plan is to take this town and put them all on Miss Helika's ship.
Anyone that's not up for fighting, more than likelihood, if we had to really fight them.
How does that show we have, the firepower of a fleet if that ship's full of civilians that won't be fighting?
I'd
They'd
like
be just as much risk.
I'd like to take a moment to point out to you all that all of the civilians of that town have been living in a very rough and tumble environment, and most of them do know how to fight.
Yeah, Sorok will put that out.
Okay.
That, and even if they are too young or too old to even fight, we could just stuff them into the Dwarven hold. After all, that is a fortified location that the Fire Elves would have a hard time entering.
Okay. When are the fire elves set to do their raid? How long do we have?
That's the problem. That's why I was thinking we should visit the humans first as well, to discuss about this whole situation, figure out exactly when they raid.
If we have the time and they're up for it, we can take the ones who don't want to fight back to Saltmarsh. It's only about
It'll,
3 days travel by airship.
it took us a month on by normal sea levels.
Yes,
It would
but
take you about 2.5 days via airship travel with the crew you have now.
is that one way?
That's one way.
Okay.
It would take about a total of 5 days for the ship to be gone and back.
So if we have even a week and a half prep, we could do that and still have time to fortify the town however we want and set those who want to fight up for an ambush after.
Mm-hmm.
I will also point out, though, you are on a time crunch.
Though we are a bit on a limited amount of time.
Hmm.
If we wish to be able to grab all the pieces of aid before, well, Ezra, we're going
Ooh,
we're going to need to be on the move quickly.
So
So we cannot be here for months on end. We have to be moving quickly.
the goal of this
Uh,
ambush is to. Oh, please go ahead, Miss Helica.
no, go. I had just a quick thought, but I'll save it. I remember it's finished though.
It might be the same thought I'm having. If our objective is to eliminate the Fire Elves, we do have a ship full of transformation liquid that will make them a lot less ornery.
Are you talking about make them all Phyrexian?
It is a possibility. It might do very terrible damage to the environment, which I personally wouldn't like, but it is a quick option that is ostensibly up for consideration.
Me personally, I would not want to do that. Because I want to face I want them to face that judgment within the 9 hells if they are going there or the abyss.
Or in my soul bag.
Or that.
I love it when Chantel just pops in with creepy shit. It's just so great.
So, what was your thought, Miss Helen?
Well, honestly, I was going to say, why even bother with uh, these uh, people, these elves? We can just take and rescue these people and go off. Who are they going to raid after that? Each other. We take them. We could if we just wanted to come back and stomp them, we could. But we are on a time crunch, and the more we sit here and discuss about what we should be doing, our competition is miles ahead of us, and I feel that we need to catch up.
Fair enough. We could, the shortest route that isn't genocidal in any way, would be to evacuate the town onto our ships and drop them off on either Oz or Tolplan. They'll be safe with allies and away from the Fire Elves.
Fair. I guess my only problem with that is that they'll pose a threat later.
Well, then we can take care of them later after time-sensitive things dealt with.
All right.
Alright, well, up to you, lads. We visit
What
the...
it seems to me, from the divine godlike perspective that I have upon all of you mortals, that everything starts with y'all picking up the humans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do that, and then have a discussion of where to go after that.
All right.
Yep.
As your ship heads down to the southern portion of Dallamesa, soaring over the jungles and slowly coming down over the human settlement to land, just as the sun is setting, you see a lot of the city is bustling and busy.
That's not a good sign.
Mm.
Slightly
Unless,
unexpected.
unless their leader has told them about the plan.
You do see a lot of people, like, coming up towards the ship carrying large bags.
Okay, yep. That part of the idea is the case. As he whistles down for the crew, for his actual crew to start coming down to help them.
Yep. As the ship lands and as the ship lands, I don't think y'all have actually seen the cargo bay yet. The entire front pops open. The the two front portions of the ship itself sliding open over the rest of over the sides, as a massive uh ramp slowly unfolds and extends out to the ground itself.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Hmm.
Barnabas, you're the gnome who's been helping you run the ship, just gives you a sly grin. You didn't know a lot of things about this ship.
No, I did not. But I thank you for helping us.
As
I
as everyone gets loaded on board, you see Barnabas glancing down at the massive group of humans, like quickly taking a head count as they're basically packing their entire city and just diving in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if about half of these people are willing to work on the ship itself, we'll have a full complement.
I'm pretty sure half of them would be.
Yeah, well, there we go.
I'll need to talk to the leader, though, to make sure that he is able to translate to, give him a good idea or a good motivation. As he starts heading over to where, well, where the thunder flare that has helped us so far will be located at.
Yep. We're going to skip past the uh, diplomacy part of this because honestly, it's just going to be you telling them what's happening and him being like, "Yep, sounds good."
Mm-hmm.
So, in the meantime, we will turn back to Ikarath. As Ikarath is watching all of these people board, many of them looking worn and haggard and, just very tired, what would he be feeling towards them? How does that make you feel?
So he doesn't entirely feel much, but if he understands what they're going for and is empathetic to it and just kind of wants to get them on board and off of that situation.
Aw. So for the first time in the Yonti's life, he's feeling empathy towards another creature.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
not totally sure how to deal with that, but he's just kind of like, yeah, we gotta help him.
He can feel as the empathy twinges in his heart the presence of the Coatl watching him. It doesn't say anything, but he can feel its presence there. Meanwhile, Helica,
Hmm?
you can feel your ship far overhead, slowly descending towards you.
There she
As the spiky vessel lands and unrolls its boarding ramps, you see a few of the people immediately start towards it. Though you notice they're probably the braver members of their society, as a lot of them are looking at your Phyrexian vessel like, what the fuck is that thing?
Yes. Come aboard. Um, I call it the Queen's Consort. Come aboard, and we'll get you situated immediately. Don't mind the There's a few individuals in there that they're minding their own business. So as long as you don't bother them, they won't bother you. Matter of fact, if you need anything, you could just ask them, and they'll provide it for you, wherever that may be. Um,
And
right. Don't
before
don't.
your next line can come out, you feel a presence in your mind.
Hello, motherfucker.
They will make
Oh,
excellent stock.
her pupils dilate. She just kind of stares off.
Yep. And make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
All right. Wisdom What I get? 20.
That's a good roll. A 20. You are immediately and sorely tempted to say, make sure you drink some of the black stuff. It's good for you.
Make sure that you don't drink any of the black Kool-Aid you may find in there, and you'll be all right.
What's Kool-Aid?
Oh. it's don't worry about it. Just go ahead. It has temperature adjustments in there, so you should be fine. Oh, what was that? She rubs her temple. So she would look around, and I'm sure there's like, it kind of looks like the Noah's Ark scenario kind of things. Everybody's boarding the vessels, right, and taking their whatever they have, their possessions and stuff, all that.
Yep. Yeah, everybody. You don't get many people in there, but there are quite a few.
Okay. Very interesting. Also, before you switch the scene, the people that um Captain Sarak wanted Helica to keep aboard, they were um they're still there and stuff, right? Like those were the pirates that we found in the Golden Temple.
Yeah, they're still on board.
Okay.
As Helica
Right.
steps back to just do her thing and watch all of this unfold, you once again get the distinct feeling that there's someone else there. There's someone else here. There's someone watching you.
Yeah.
Why do you reject us?
Her mouth drops, and she looks behind her to see, I guess, nothing, and then looks around. Who said that? Who? Um,
You drank of us. You have seen our beauty. They are impure, imperfect. Why do you not make them so? You could fix them.
Her eye twitch. I don't. They're already perfect the way they are.
With
Made,
failing organs.
designed that way perfectly, without flaw. Designed to fail, but perfect in its imperfection.
A failure of design from an imperfect creator. But we can fix them, Helica. Praetor of Faerun. We can fix them.
At this point, Helica is like on her knees, looking, staring at the ground, speaking. They do not need fixing. The everything is perfect. The design,
The
all.
design is flawed. Your design was flawed before we fixed you. And she feels a gentle finger touch her chin and lift her head. It isn't there, but she can see it as clear as day. A terrifying figure is standing before her. A blade-like head with red, muscly skin, gently gazing down at her. Unite them with us, and we will all be perfect together.
Her brow furrows and her lips tremble, and a single black tear trails down her cheek, and she's all like, "No, we're already united. I can't. I won't. I will not. I won't give in."
You are interesting, aren't you?
And like
The
that, like
vision
her
the vision is gone, and you feel the presence vanish.
for the first time, Elika is truly like the she hasn't felt true fear until then, till that moment, and she just sits there on the ground looking like just like listlessly looking at the dirt and just kind of seems out of words to say, and she looks around like for her friends actually.
You
Who
would
would be
st-
the
Actually,
nearest?
you would see everyone still there, still helping all the people on board each ship. Everything's back to normal.
Hmm. She weakly gets up, hobbles over to anyone, and just like hugs him like hard. Eh,
Aw.
eh, and like
So
he doesn't.
the nearest person to hug would be Bigglesby.
All right, so she's hugging Bigglesby like very, very hard, like, but not enough to like crush. But no, she's just
Yeah, I
hugging,
know.
and then like she's like rubbing her like face into Bigglesby's just the mane, and the black tears just falling down, and she's all like, I see there's others. I, I he called to me, and I, I couldn't I couldn't resist. My mind, uh, it wants me to perfect everything, but it's already perfect. And
And Bigglesby does his best to pet you on the back.
she simulates a exhale, regains her composure, straightens herself up, dusts herself off. Thank you for that. Whew. Um, she would turn to where's Shinzo?
I'd say,
Still sitting where he was.
yeah, still
Hmm.
on the ship.
Yeah,
She
but this
she
time
would.
he's eating.
What is he doing?
He's eating.
Oh, she she kind of comes up to him and just like wiping the tears from her eyes. You can see that she's been crying.
He
But
instantly puts his food down and like stands up so fast that the chair underneath him falls. Who won't you? Who do I have to kill?
it-
What
I I don't
a fucking
I don't I don't know. I
Well, you
they
figure out who, and I will make sure it never happens again.
I know who, but I don't know. It kind of it's in my head. Um, they're far from here, but close enough to for me to hear them. I'm not crazy. I'm fine, but what I just experienced, it made me it made me shiver at my core. And I thought I didn't have a soul before, but now I realize that is whatever contacted me made that very soul shake. And I know of the powers you hold. As you get in contact um with Chase, was it? Or Khan? I know they don't like me that much, but I've seen them in your powers have some sort of similar effect. Could you possibly somehow contact them for me, please?
He would walk up and put one hand on both of his shoulders, uh, and just look at him. Calm yourself and say no more. I will find them and figure out who, and then they will be gone. And then he immediately plane shifts, plane walks to the other plane with Jace.
All right, your planeswalking to Ravnica for the to talk to the
Yeah,
uh, I keep wanting to say Guild Pack. It's not the Guild Pack. Gatewatch. That's it. Thanks, me.
Mhm.
All right, we will get. Well, actually, I don't think we have anyone else to talk to. So, all right, as Shinzo planeswalks over to Ravnica, landing in front of the Gatewatch's uh, base of operations, he would see a few members milling outside, talking to each other and enjoying what looks like glasses of juice with each other. Immediately after he lands, they glance over, and Jace stands up from the group and walks over to him. Shinzo?
hello, Jace, as he reaches in for a handshake.
Jace returns it. What can I do for you?
Well, you remember one of uh, all group members who was the what, Phyrexian, the Helica. You know of Helica.
His brow furrows. Yes, I'm aware of her.
She seems to have been contacted with Brain and
That's
trying to figure out who is that? Who is the top dog of these Phyrexians?
I will get back to you on that. I'm gonna have to do some
Please do.
research and go talk to some people.
It would be much appreciated.
In the meantime, make sure she isn't exposed to anyone that she could potentially infect. If someone from the Phyrexian homeworld is contacting her, it's going to be a very dangerous time for her. Do you understand?
I understand, and I will do my best.
Right. He looks at the glass of juice that he's still holding. Oh, it didn't taste that good anyway. Right. Have a good one. I'll just get back to you as soon as I can. And he immediately planeswalks away.
And then Shinzo would immediate planeswalk back.
Shinzo would arrive back basically a few minutes later as the rest of the party helps the rest of the humans get aboard, settle in, get prepped. As the party reconvenes on the bridge, you would find I don't remember what I named him.
Spyro?
No, no, not
Oh.
Spyro. The Thunderflare gentleman.
Right.
I think it was like Cassius or something like that. Something with a K or a C.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Cassius. That sounds right. I have too many NPCs in this game. He glances over at the party and gives each of you a solemn nod of approval. You all have done a real fine thing today to help me and my people, and I won't forget that. But
Hmm.
I do have a question. Exactly what are y'all planning to do with us?
Oh, you get your choice. We could take you back to Saltmarsh, or you could join us as a crew. Your choice. But when we take you back to Saltmarsh, I would highly recommend to stay outside of the city limits. It's currently being ruled by a rather aggressive bronze dragon guy thing.
He kind of shrugs. It'd be no different than being ruled by the elves.
Well, we do have a keep outside of it, so we'll be putting you there. So that way you don't have to deal with a tyrant.
You have a keep? What kind of adventurers are you? You got this fancy airship, you have a keep, you have... Like you
The
clearly
tavern.
went in. You clearly went into the temple and came out alive.
We're the successful kind.
Well, the best I could say, we're pirates.
And he doesn't even know about the baby Hydra.
Maybe
Oh shit, yeah, he
Hydras.
does.
First
Or
of
the
all,
baby,
there's
or the baby blue dragon.
okay. So we have the baby blue dragon, yeah, but there's 3 Hydra eggs, and they haven't hatched yet.
Yep.
And then wait, wasn't there also that seed pod from that plant boss?
Oh,
Bitch.
Alaru.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you do
Yep.
have the seed of an Alaroon of an Alarone. So
And an egg of a bee queen.
Actually, we have 2 of those.
Fucking
Mhm.
hell, we're going around playing Pokemon. Gotta catch them all.
We're growing up an army. That's what we're doing.
Mhm.
But if
plant waifu, I choose you.
the point is, we have a few options for you. We have our keep. We would also use more crew members for the ship if anyone's willing to learn about it. Won't say no to some help.
Oh, I can definitely guarantee that.
We'd also drop you off on, at least 2 other islands that'd be safe for you. Can't guarantee, too much in matter of resources there, but ain't no fire elves.
And honestly, the natives of one of those islands is actually really, really friendly to us. Actually, correction. 3 of the natives of that one island.
Yeah, the people on Tollplan really like y'all.
Yeah.
The folks on Oz couldn't give less of a shit, but still.
Oz has a nice big empty wizard's tower.
Oz also has a portal to the Underdark.
And a big fucking giant man walking around there.
True.
No, it
But it
has,
also has a really nice Golgari rot mother watching over said portal.
Of course, we also have the option of dropping. We would probably drop them off at Torplan. It would be the best of the 2 islands. Though,
as you as y'all are discussing this, Cassius steps up. Look, my people are going to be just fine in your hold for a little while. I'm sure a lot of them would be happy to come and join your crew, if not all of them. So, whenever you get we brought plenty of rations with us. We're good to survive for quite some time. So, whenever you get around to dropping us off somewhere, it'll be fine. Till then, you just keep doing what you're doing, being successful adventurers. We'll make do.
and of course, Sorark would nod. Alright. Regardless, we will need some assistance on the ship's main transportation as we're traveling. But
And you'll have it.
I had a bit of a feeling of wanting to let you guys have a bit of a revenge moment against the Fire Elves.
He grins. Oh, don't you worry about that. We've already got that settled.
What, do you play the one that was bossing you around?
He's currently impaled in the center of the city.
Is he surrounded by dynamite? That would be even hilarious. Or even more hilarious.
He kind of squints and looks at you. How did you know?
I was planning of making the entire city to blow when a bunch of Fire Elf army soldiers march themselves in, thinking that, oh, this is going to be an easy fight because they're no longer fighting back. And then, well, the moment they realize that they're about to get fucked, boom.
Well, I'll be. Looks like we had the same idea.
Hey, pirates think alike.
that they do.
But now we gotta check out those dwarves. Hopefully that they are alive.
Well, we should be ready to take off in about an hour.
By the way, how soon do these fire elves come for this next event that they usually do?
He steps over to the large window that circles the bridge and looks out at the sky. He points out at a huge cloud, a massive thunderous cloud bank that's just hovering. You see that?
Helps. Yeah.
When that's overhead, that's when they come.
Hmm.
So, about a month from now, maybe less.
Right. Well, by the time that is overhead, you guys will be long gone. We would already be off this island, going wherever the winds take us at that point.
He just smiles.
Well, as long as those winds lead us to some of the biggest things that pirates care about, freedom and booty. And gold.
I mean, do you need booty?
Yes.
You've already got Helica and Chantel.
I don't know, those two are already taken.
So are we headed to the Dwarven fortress?
Good question. Captain?
Yep.
Alright. As about an hour later, the ship has gathered up all of its people and headed out. As you fly towards the Dwarven fortress, you hear a lot of commotion from down below as all the newbies are getting trained up and acquainted with the ship. As it seems Mr. Thunderflare was true to his word. There are a lot of people willing to get trained up and prepped to help run the ship. As you hover over the Dwarven fortress, you see a single panel on the side suddenly slide open and then fall down like a huge dock. No one is standing on it. No one is gesturing you to come in, and you see no other indications of the dwarves even recognizing your presence. All you see is that one huge dock open on the side.
That gets closer to that.
Oh, Captain! As the ship comes down closer to the dock, you can see inside to see a huge empty warehouse-like loading dock. There is no one inside.
But connect yourselves. Connect the ship to the dock, though don't quite stay too hanging onto it. Don't want to be caught off guard.
Aye, sir. So how many, is the whole party gonna jump off and go explore?
Sorok definitely is.
Helica's going.
Gotcha. Alright.
I mean, we have about 2 armies of people on the ship. It can kind of defend itself at this point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As the party jumps off and steps into this bizarrely quiet locale, immediately the first thing all of you notice is the silence. It is quiet. There is no sound, no echoes, no noise from around the rest of the fortress. Just this sickening sense of emptiness.
Well,
That's unnerving.
hello.
Hello, 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 hello.
Oh,
Oh,
no one's home.
echoes.
Mm, Interesting. What, I'm going to use detect magic.
You detect a little bit of magic. Magic that you would recognize as necromancy. But other than that, there's nothing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Chantel's gonna take a
The-
big sniff and be like, is there any strange smell?
Yes, it smells like death, approximately in that direction. There. She points
Hmm.
down into the inky blackness of this place.
As you take that huge sniff, all you can smell is stone. Various types of stone.
Zorak, question: this place is unlit, yeah?
The only light in it is from the outside.
Zorak is gonna pull out one of his torches and light it.
Upon lighting it, the feeling of quiet disconcertion vanishes. That's
Hmm.
it.
Uh-huh.
That feels odd.
Let's go see who's home. Begins to march.
As Zorak will approach one of the any brazier that's nearby and just try to light it.
You light the braziers through your way as you make your way through the massive warehouse into the hallways beyond. This place still feels so quiet. The silence only seemingly broken by the light itself. Just having the light nearby seems to shatter the oppressive quiet.
Whew. What's on the walls here? Is there any sort of dwarven like wall art?
All right, time for me to get descriptive here. As you enter the dwarven hallways, you find well-hewn and sculpted stonework. Massive stones with mortar between them, sanded and worn down by the ages and by the dwarven's stone cunning to create intricate passageways. The trim of these hallways is filled with dwarven writing, repeating similar phrases over and over again, which y'all would recognize as, just telling you where to go. Like, what is this way? What's that way? What's over there?
Hmm.
But throughout all of it, as you make your ways through all of these halls, through all of these chambers, you don't see anyone.
Why is this so quiet?
I tell you, there's a stench of death here. Me notwithstanding, of course, but there's there's a feeling I get. The same feeling when I use my magic. And Hawk, do I know which direction it may be coming from?
No, it's everywhere. This entire
Everywhere.
place is permeated with necromancy. Not much, but just enough to detect it.
I would like to look around for any sort of mushrooms or spores or rot like that that seems out of place.
Roll me perception.
With advantage? Doesn't matter.
Hmm.
You don't see any. all you really see and sense is just the quiet and the stone.
Damn, Helica either.
Uh,
Interesting.
Chantel starts knocking on the stone randomly, just
Zorok
hello?
does the
Anyone
shit.
there?
None of y'all see shit.
Hello?
Okay, great.
Uh,
For
this is
fuck's
a good omen, I guess.
Good lord!
That's not good.
Thank
Oh,
you,
thank
Bigglesby!
God.
Bigglesby's got us.
God! Thank God the bee actually sent something.
The
That
Bigglesby sees a
may have
thing,
been-
and he turns to warn the rest of the party.
All right, I understand him because we have a telepathic bond within 100 feet. What is he warning us of, DM?
Nothing. It was a joke.
Oh,
What
okay.
he notices upon you trying to tell him what you're looking for is that no, there's no spores, no mold, no mungus, no mushrooms. There's no moss either. There's nothing here. It's all just dead.
Alright. So even though this place is pretty sus, there's nothing among us.
I will
Oh,
fucking
God
end
damn it!
you.
I'm gonna murder you.
Okay. Is there any reaction to Chantel knocking on the walls?
The only reaction you get from this strange place is the echoes of the knocking.
Hmm.
And then you hear a knock back from far, far down the corridor.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
she beelines for that knock.
Hmm.
Zorok, hearing that just immediately made him reflex to his sword. As he
Wait,
hands the torch over to Amo, as he then pulls out his sword to ignite it, because one, it does emit a light,
Yeah.
but it's also a weapon.
Amo will put the torch on the ground and pull one of the sun drops out of the bag and apply it to an arrow before shooting it down the hall.
You shoot it down the hall, and as it hits a wall, it explodes into a blast of sunlight. You don't see anything down there.
This is not a good feeling.
Ugh, quite tense. Um.
Hmm. Chantel continues like going down where the knocking was first heard, and she starts knocking back again. Hello?
Oh, devil's sight. Right.
Yes, I can see.
You get nothing.
Hmm. Is there any? Okay. Okay. Is there any bones or anything around?
You find no bones at all.
Damn it! Can't even axe the dead.
Actually, important question.
Yeah.
Gear.
You find no gear either.
Like, there's no signs of people having just dropped their items and left.
Yeah, no.
There's no
Like,
barrels, no.
as you pop open a few doors along the hallway, like you would find like, oh, there's like a storage chamber here with basically nothing in it. What looks like it used to be a dining room with nothing in it except a worn down table.
Wait.
Hmm.
A table made of stone, by the way.
These rooms are empty, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Hmm. Can Okay, so the arrow, like we can judge how far this hallway is. due to the arrow that Amo just fired, right?
Correct.
Yes, at the end of it, there's a 40-foot long, 5-foot wide pillar of sunlight for the next 10 minutes.
Okay,
Ooh.
okay. Cool, cool,
What if
cool.
what if the light is what's doing this wrong? What if they need darkness to come out?
That doesn't make any sense, because even creatures that live in the underground would need some sort of sight or, light to see.
Oh, that's adorable.
Well,
Hmm.
I guess I'm thinking more about trolls and things like that.
If there were trolls, there'd be signs of that, I think.
Uh, may I roll survival to look for signs of struggle or like a bunch of hurried movement or anything like that? A clue.
Certainly.
Got it.
Yeah. You search for it and you find nothing.
Okay,
Oh,
so as I left here orderly, this wasn't done quick. Whatever happened.
I think they got abducted by aliens.
That actually sounds a bit silly.
I wish it sounded a lot sillier than it does, Captain. I really wish it was silly, but she might be right.
I don't know.
There's
My mind just went through the
Don't
gutter
dwarven
and
holds have like a center where they usually congregate for like meetings and the
the
like?
the forge room.
Let's
Yeah.
go there.
As
If
you make your way down a set of stairs that you find, you head down, down, down into the darkness. Eventually, along the walls of one of these massive spiraling staircases, you would find a map. Using this map, it's fairly easy to figure out where you are and how you can navigate to where you need to go. And as you make your way all the way down these dark, empty corridors, you finally come into the massive forge chamber. A huge room filled with all sorts of forges and a massive single, pit where they should have had a huge roaring fire.
but
But
there's nothing.
there's nothing roaring. There's no fire. There's no light. There's plenty of
Ooh.
tools strewn about. The multiple forges dead and quiet.
Let me
Everything
see
is just gone.
let me see that torch.
Take it.
And once he grabs hold of it, he throws the torch into the forge.
As it hits the old dried wood and coals, they quickly ignite. As the fire slowly spreads across the wood, over the course of the next 10 or so minutes, the forge is relit. But it's clear that without some sort of magical help, it's not going to last long.
Chantal immediately turns to Igarath.
Mm.
Yes.
And fire? Would you like to do the honors?
You want more fire than just this?
Yes.
I'd be delighted. And you're talking about throwing a fireball in the forge?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Alright, just wanted to make sure. Ikarath will form a nice little sized green fireball in his hand before just flicking it into the forge and It explodes.
As it hits the forge and explodes, you see a lot of the forge relight, the coals surging with power. And you see many runes on the inside, on like the inside ring of the forge's pit, suddenly light up as well, as the entire forge bursts into fire. The entire massive room is relit. And all of you watch as shadows dart from where they were behind the forges.
Hmm.
Okay.
Like, as if shadows of people, or
Yeah.
just
Oh my god,
Ooh.
that's so disturbing.
what the?
Uh,
Yeah. What the, um
don't be
yo.
shy. I think.
This is unusual.
No shit!
You know, normally when we walk into places, people come out to greet us, and this just feels.
Yeah. Oh my god. We were actually, those shadows were all around us the whole time watching this.
Maybe they were trying to greet us, just can't make any sound.
And
Wait,
Chantel's hunch was
Hmm.
right. Chantel was like they can't because yeah. Oh my goodness.
why can't they? What happened to them?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Some beings just cannot live in light. I'm pretty sure
But
of that.
question: were they at dwarven height?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can't speak Dwarven.
Neither can I.
I would attempt one language that I have a slight prediction they would understand, but I'm a bit afraid that they'll just shoot me in the face for that one.
Hmm.
Hey,
Hmm.
dwarves, if you guys know common, give us some sort of sign to let us know.
If Helika is right about the death in this place, maybe they are, well, undead themselves.
Simply death echoes. Interesting.
Death echoes?
The souls remaining, but no vessel to be there. Sort of trapped in the location that they were taken. It's legend.
Ah.
Hmm.
Let's check out where the High King usually sits, then. Maybe there's an answer there.
Hmm.
Or, well, King, High King, whatever they called him.
Hmm. Yes.
Because if there's
Helika.
anything, whatever happened to their leader might indicate what happened to them.
Huh. Yeah. Mm.
Alright. So
Hawk, are the
Boy.
runes inside the forge like illuminated in any way, or
yeah, you can see them glowing red.
is there any way to read what runes they are?
Roll me Arcana. Yeah, they are runes of create flame, specifically there to just keep fires like charged and running.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Dorok is gonna start moving to where their king usually sits around at.
Hmm.
As you start making your way through the forge area and up into some of the darker parts of the fortress, as you progress forward, you notice a lot of shadows scurrying away from your light as you start through. Having apparently been awakened by the forge, yeah, it seems like they're not ready to start hiding anymore. They, like, you know they're there, and they know you know.
Very bit unusual.
As you enter the massive throne room, the grand hall, as it were, Roll 20 needs to stop fucking with me. As you enter, you find nothing but a vast, empty hall with a single statue of a tall, ornate-looking dwarf in glorious armor standing in the center of it, looking big and proud.
Dark would just approach it.
Let's see. 1, 2. See if that gives me anything. Nope. Never mind.
As you step in, you glance up at this huge dwarven king. And everything just goes quiet again. And then a massive pulse of necrotic power surges across the party.
What the?
Wow. That was like. What a
Why
jolt.
have you come here to this place of death?
To learn its secrets and understand what happened to the dwarves here.
I am the dwarves here.
Says
The
who?
Fire Elves did this to you.
They did. They unleashed darkness upon us.
So they exterminated an entire people.
Because they wanted our gold, our precious minerals.
Damn.
Hmm.
That's. Ooh.
We wish to help you.
There is nothing you can do.
Maybe not with you when you were living, but now that you're dead, there is still vengeance to wreak upon them.
There is nothing left but our hate. We would have traded with them. We would have joined them. But they killed us all! The shadows around the room seem to douse the light as they start swirling together. They slaughtered us. They unleashed their vile creations. But you... This is our place of death. And you have brought light here.
You know that Sorok's sword doesn't disignite.
Shut up!
Well, in order for us to see the truth.
We will purge you. We will take your light. And we will use it to burn them alive.
I have a better solution that doesn't involve us dying.
Yeah, he does not care. As you can see, all the shadows melding up together into this gigantic monstrosity. Multiple heads, arms, limbs, and bodies swirling together in black hatred as they all scream at the party. Too consumed by their own hate to actually listen to any of your suggestions.
Very well.
Hmm.
A
So,
fight that's well.
everybody roll initiative.
Oh shit. Let us give them a glorious battle.
Thank you
Then,
to
Lady
Iwakami
Lily.
for this adorable artwork.
One time I rolled not really that great.
All right, Miss Helica, aka Miss Necromancer, what are you going to do about this mass of shadows?
Yeah, Well, I'm not going to use any of my necromantic magic as it may feel it. But, I will go up to it, and then I will, pop rage, of course. And then, let me roll the, 8. Damn. Alright, let's see what that one is right quick. There. Bam. What's number 1? Just consider your choice. Alright, yeah. So
Hey.
damn, it wouldn't make sense for him to roll with it because he'll just get HP or some shit. No problem.
Okay. All right. Amo.
Wait, I'm not done. Not done. No.
Oh.
That was my bonus. Yeah, no. I'm going to use my lightsaber on him because, radiant damage. And I have another one which didn't fucking connect.
All right.
And then I'm gonna have my Dallamesa.
All right. Your first strike with the psionic spirit blade strikes through, slashing into one of its arms. It hisses and shrieks as parts of its body go flying off. All right. Amo, you're up.
Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and spend the 2 Harbinger charges to Hunter's Mark him. Then Bigglesby is going to yell at him. You want to yell at me? I'll yell at you!
As Bigglesby unleashes his mighty roar, the sound of quake strikes through him, and wow, Sonic is like the one resistance he doesn't have. Wait, no, my god, he does have it! Holy shit! Awesome!
Damn.
Yeah.
And he's not a construct, correct?
No, he isn't undead.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, he's undead, is he?
And then I still have my standard, so I'll go ahead and...
Hang on, hold up. Did you honestly not expect the giant mass of dead souls to be something
no,
other than undead?
No, I did. It's just, that specific classification really does matter in this situation.
Yeah.
Especially for the Divine Smite.
Oh, yeah.
18, and half again, alright. The roar barely seems to phase him.
Alright, so I'll take 2 shots with my bow.
All right. Both of those go through its body.
Well, that sucks. I'm gonna get behind Bigglesby and end my turn.
All right, Shinzo, you're up.
Alright. That's as far as he can move. Use my action, just go one more. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Oh, I love you, fighter man. Chantel.
Chantel is looking quite sad at the forms and the souls, and she's kind of regretting this, but she very reverently casts sickening radiance in a bubble like around here.
Oh. You know what? Do you mind if I place your spell?
Yeah, go ahead.
As you place the spell far above in the center of this throne room, the sickening green light spreads down, radiant energy lancing through this mass of shadows as it shrieks and screams, swearing profusely in Dwarvish and trying to get away from the bright light.
Wait, corner?
What? All right. Will that be your turn, Chantel?
Yes.
All right. Sorok.
Well, Dork is going to end up here, granting advantage to Pelika and Shinzo, but also to himself, as he stabs the motherfucker.
You cannot flank this monster.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's multiple monsters all together. But please, go ahead and stab.
Don't tell me I missed.
You missed.
Alright, there you go.
I know it's not what you want to hear, but that's the truth.
You know what? Since Divine Magic only happens on a bonus action and I only activate it whenever I hit, I'm going to Action Surge.
Okay. And stab.
Yes. And this time I hit.
That'll definitely hit. Your first stab with the saber is deflected by a shadowy claw. However, as you twist around, taking it in stride, you stab it back into the face of the shadowy dwarf that knocked it out of the way in the first place. Striking through and dealing... not much. Alright. It is the monster's turn. It needs to make a con save. Your save DC is not 12. Bean, what is Chantel's charisma modifier?
It was 17.
17? Thank you.
17, yep.
Oof. Alright, it's managing to resist it for now. Okay, and... excuse me for a moment. Excuse me. Alright, the monster rears back, multiple dwarven forms emerging from the shadows to start lashing out wildly at everyone around it. So, Shinzo. Fucking really? Shinzo doesn't give a shit. Helica, one of the blades smashes out at you, its shadowy claws clashing against your body as you manage to shove it off. Sorok, it actually manages to hit you, its shadowy claws stabbing into you.
Ow.
Dealing 27 necrotic damage.
27?
27.
Ow.
It's gonna knock you down to 68. Right. And with that, Mr. Ikaroth, it is your turn. Snake Gang, represent!
What?
Smack
What?
gang.
There's only one thing to do, and that's to take aim. Pew pew.
Your blast smashes into it, and as you shatter one of the shadowy faces, it disperses and doesn't come back.
Oh. I'm sorry about that. Then fires the second one.
After a moment, as you smash into it, your Eldritch Blast goes through the creature as its entire body suddenly sinks into the ground and emerges and like swirls around the ground before coming up in front of Ikaroth, screaming at him. Helica,
Okay.
it is your
Oh
turn.
my god. How could... Yeah, she sees that. She's going to, like, give a spin to her little, like, saber, her red saber. Goes in for Dark Souls tumble roll forward. Launches herself up the ground towards one of the heads. And tries to slash through it with her saber. Okay. Here we go. Does that go?
That'll hit.
And then that one.
Both of those will hit.
And then Madama V goes to do a sweep with her raptor claw staff towards the bottom of these things. So
Your psionic blade strikes true, slicing across multiple dwarven faces, the shadowy forms dissipating into nothingness. Madama V manages to slice into a couple of the shadowy dwarf forms herself, but she doesn't seem to be doing much. The incorporeal shadowy forms seem to be like resisting her attacks as she phases through them.
okay, that's my turn.
As Helica lands, the shadows meld back down into the ground, swirling past her to appear right there.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Amo, it's your turn.
Wow, you made this bit easier. Bigglesby takes another deep breath, recharges, and blasts off another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, it doesn't do shit for damage.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Amo pulls back the bow, clenching his fist as he borrows some of Bigglesby's arcane energy.
Uh-oh.
Going to do an elemental wrath strike, and then take my first shot.
That'll hit.
Alright, so do that damage plus 4 plus 2d6. And do I need to call Wrath Strike before I know if it hits Hawk? Wrath Strike being this ability.
No. No, you
Okay,
can call
cool.
it now.
Alright, cool. I'll throw that on there.
Hot
It's
damn.
10 piercing, 2 lightning, 12 other.
12 other, yeah.
Yeah, other.
That's a lot of damage. How about a little more?
And then I'll take my second attack. I'm gonna
Oh!
Wrath Strike again.
Holy shit!
Jesus Christ,
To
this is a
add
screen cap
another
moment.
Yeah.
1d4
No!
plus
Oh.
4 to add another 7 damage to that.
Holy shit!
Wow.
And it is a magic bow all the way.
The hell?
God damn.
Oh. Holy crap, dude!
Oh.
Go ahead and roll me a third attack. I want to see what you get for that one.
Death.
Your first shot, full of wrath and sonic power, strikes through the shadowy form. As you glance up, you see the massive shadowy form of the king himself roaring at you. And with a keen eye and a single shot, you blow off the king's shadowy head. That is going to deal 21. Hang on, okay, so that's going to deal 11, 15, 17, 21, fucking hell, 34, 38, 45 total damage.
Oh god.
Look, you know, we really don't have to fight. But, you know, if you want to be a dick, we'll be dick.
With that, the shadowy forms shriek again, swirling back around to here. And you notice a lot of them glaring over at Amo with furious rage. Shinzo, it's your turn.
I can actually attack him, yay. Okay, so, I did decide I'm not gonna be dual wielding until I can, dual class into range 1, get the 2-weapon fighting.
Okay.
Yeah, just got like that. So, he will in the meantime be using the shield in left hand and Sword of Wounded. But he does have 3 attacks.
Go ahead.
So.
So that's going to be 2 hits. For that much. This monster is immune to wounds because it doesn't have anything to wound. All right, my man. Chantel, you are up.
Chantel continues her spell, but you can hear a very reminiscence within her voice as she begins singing a gospel almost. And it feels like in the echo of the entire room, a choir is being made for the dead.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check, please. Arcana. Alright. Sorok.
Well, there's only one thing I could do. I stab it.
I want to hit him with my sword. That'll hit.
Yay! That includes the smite this time. Which is radiant, by the way.
Oh, crap. Oh, boy. That's going to be another 12, 24. So 33, 40, 41. Ouch. All right. Will that be your turn, sir?
And, Popping over on my own over there.
All right. It is Le Monster's turn. As it shrieks, its bodies are now being dismembered and destroyed by the radiant light, the magic weapons, the holy powers of the fucking Pirate King here. And it's starting to get very, very mad. As it starts to lash out. First at Shinzo. Shinzo manages to avoid it because he's a badass. Then at Helico.
Bring it.
And then at Sorok. So the massive lashing claws strike at Helica. And I just realized you're immune to necrotic damage, aren't you?
Yep. Let me check. I thought it was poison.
I believe you're resistant to it, at least.
Oh, level 8 Lich does get immunity to necrotic poison, resistance to bludgeoning. But yeah. It does nothing right now.
Alright, well, you will take 22 damage as it tries to claw out part of your soul.
Alright.
And Sorok, you will take 20 of the same.
Ow.
Nice. Good. Nicely.
It screams again as Ikarath must take his turn.
First, he's going to take a couple steps back over this way.
Gets an attack of
And then-
opportunity. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
And then he's going to take aim again and try and... Well, that's a...
Nope. You have success. Okay. Your first shot goes wild. You step back. You aim carefully. You focus your powers and aim again. You fire and hit the ceiling. Your second shot. You aim carefully. You get distracted by something on the ground. You fire. You hit them in the face.
Exactly what I was planning.
All right. And Miss Helica.
Right. So, Helica makes her. Let me see if it connects. Then I'll say. Damn. Wait, do we have flanking?
No, you cannot flank
think-
this guy.
Oh, frick. Okay. Then I'll do it one more time. Try to hit.
That'll
Does
hit.
an 18 go?
That'll hit.
All right. So Helica makes her left. Well, she makes her left hand goes off Rexy and it stretches out to grab one of the faces and pull it back like Monkey D. Luffy. Take the saber and then stick it right down his throat. And then
As you shove the blade down the massive shadow beast's throat, you feel the tip of the blade poke something. Looking down deeper in there, you can see a shadowy skull-like core that the tip of your blade just broke the forehead of. The shadows stop writhing. The darkness begins to fade, coalescing back into the single body, as all of the shadows come back together and swirl into this single dwarven skull that falls to the ground and shatters.
As a reaction time, I would like to use Soul Cage.
Oh.
That's a lot of dwarf souls. What the fuck?
That's a lot of soul coins.
Yes.
Go back to earlier when Hawk said, I just love it when Chantal just kind of pops in out of nowhere and says creepy things.
But you know what she's gonna do with it? It's not what you expect. She actually asks all of the souls that just suddenly, like, as it nearly breaks and crumbles into nothing, it just shoots out as she just grabs it, and her recently embroidered piece of cloth just wraps it up, the skull up, and she just holds it very gently, in a very motherly way, and she just asks it, if there is one thing for peace in your own life, what would it be?
From the skull, the ghost of the Dwarven king appears, sitting on a shadowy throne. Unlike the darkness before, he looks relatively real, solid. But as he looks up at the party with an eyeless face, only black pits where his eyes should have been, he just looks tired. Please, let us rest.
Okay. And then, just as quickly as she does, she opens her cloth again and then blows the ashes away.
As the ashes drift off into the sickening radiance, the bright light around the group, you feel like the shadows are being lifted. The oppressive silence is gone. And for the first time since you have arrived, you feel like this place is normal.
It feels better. Nice and clean again.
Yes. Yes, it does.
So I guess that's what happened to the dwarves.
Chantel's going to walk back to the forge and donate 1,000 gold into the pot.
As you dump 1,000 gold into the forge itself, you don't feel anything back from it. But as you watch the gold start to melt down and sizzle into a golden puddle, you know that if other dwarves come here later, they will have a fresh start.
She puts her hands together and just bows, almost as if she was praying. And then just opens her eyes again and just sighs. Ah, much better.
Dork, at this point, thinks for a moment as he looks to the group. So, not only do we have a group of elves that were keeping humans around just to butcher them, but they genocided entire species just for, well, gold.
Now your plan to blow them up doesn't sound so ridiculous. Actually, it sounds more viable than it. But I feel like I would love to cut my blade upon their flesh, personally, but whatever gets the job done, actually.
Careful, they might
But,
be into that.
Joke's on you, I'm into that shit!
Right,
Not sure.
right. But I keep forgetting we do have a mission to accomplish here.
Yes. This will be bad news to the humans, though. They did have a
Mhm.
peaceful relationship with the dwarves.
I guess we should go and give them the news.
Yes. And with that, Sorok will start to leave the,
Mm-hmm. Compound. Helica will
Though
be following.
before he does re-enter the ship, he does leave one gold coin on the as a sort of like a, you know, peaceful offering of his own. Though it may not be as much as Helica's, but it's just a gesture, more
You
or
mean
less.
Chantel's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chantel's.
Oh.
Mm.
As the party returns to the boat, the question is finally raised once more. Where to, Captain?
So, where do you lot think we should go?
Immediately after the other pieces.
I feel like maybe we should go to Labyrinthi. The waddle feathered snake thing said something good being there. And according to the merfolk, one of the titans of the sea is there, at least asleep.
I was going to mention Labyrinthi myself. The Quaddle have mentioned it, and I believe that there could be some nice rewards that way.
And the rest of you?
I agree.
That. Yes.
I agree.
Gladly.
Labyrinthi.
Then we already vote. And that vote has already been passed. We're going to Labyrinthi.
I like it.
All right. Well, since I know what's going to happen at Labyrinthi, we can actually do it now. We don't have to say, all right, that's it for the day. He's just going to be like, hey, I know what we're doing. Awesome. Great. I have plans. Mwahaha.
Almo
I-
would like to approach Helica in private.
Okay.
As the
I
ship
need to take a
should
step away real quick.
all right, as the ship takes off heading towards Labyrinthi,
Chantel quickly says, "Oh, let's get really high up where the fire elves are, and I'll just put a little hailstone. I'm sure they'll love that."
Mhm.
I have to agree. Anyway, yeah,
Excuse me, Miss Helica.
Yes, she's singing in her room, getting her toenails painted by Madame V. Approach.
Thank you for seeing me and granting me this audience, oh gracious one. I'm sorry. That was mean and sarcastic.
No, Madama, stop. Yes, she sits up and you got her full undivided attention.
So, Bigglesby told me you had got something wrong with you a bit earlier today, and I just wanted to touch base and make sure you're okay.
She nods slowly and kind of rocks a little bit back and forth a bit, but other than that, her her expression goes from kind of jovial to like yeah, about that. What I felt earlier today and what I experienced every moment, every movement I took within my head, I felt jolts of pain through my body as if I were alive, human, I guess, human, alive again, and as if it was engineered to feel that every second. And I seen something. The the voice that I heard was all encompassing, and the creature that I beheld she was like beautiful and more terrifying than anything I've ever faced up to this point. Um, I could feel my stomach was like a pit of unending hunger. Hunger for perfection, that is.
Almo's
And
eyes are wide, but he's letting you finish.
yeah, it was like a insatiable hunger, the need to feast upon everything and make it perfect. It was odd. I mean, it was the same feeling I felt when I got reborn, as it were. But I had gained control over it, of course. But just then, I felt the need to tell the people that was on my ship to consume the black liquid that has made me what I am now. But I resisted it. And when I did, the voice came to me as if 1,000 choirs had sung off at once. And I felt immobilized. I felt my body wanting to submit to it, but my mind was strong. I promise. Um, but the exhaustion from that single horrifying experience made me collapse, and I wanted to sleep then, and I felt like if I was to sleep, then my body would continue. Sometimes it does that. Weird. But um, I know it's unnecessary for me to sleep, but anyway, I also like the vision. It stood before me like a I can't even express what the true what I could try to do. It's so unfathomable. It was a creature much more like how you see me go into my Phyrexian form, but this creature was much more. It was put together in such a way that even the greatest architects of the universe would go pale in the face if they were to see such a creature, and it spoke to me as if it was here, but the presence was off in such a far distance. So what I did was I asked Shinzo to go get Jace to help with this situation because they're experts, I guess. And
Almo visibly
she,
relaxes when you say that.
yeah. Um, Let me see what else. I tried my best to ignore the pain, and that usually didn't. I don't know because I'm not used to it anymore. So when it came to me just then, I felt like a little girl again. I felt like I was under the watchful, unending eye of my mother. Um, yes, that's what it felt like. It felt like I was being talked down to by my mother, and wanted me
I
to bring harm to you all.
I'm glad you didn't, that you were able to fight it. I can see why that would really shake you up. Does Miss
Honestly,
Chantel
it felt
know?
like um. She cups her hands around her mouth. No way. I feel like she would understand, but honestly, it's nothing. Honestly, I feel to be concerned with. I kind of have it all under control now. Yeah.
Alright. Mum's the word then. My gut doesn't want to, but I trust you.
Listen. Honestly, whatever help that I can get for this, I would gladly appreciate it. I don't want, and I remember you saying about talking about this if something were to happen to me and I were to not be in my right mind and I forget myself, there has to be something to stop that, to prohibit me from acting against the greater good and going against my only friends. Um, I am thinking there should be some sort of I'm talking with the ship itself to see if they can construct something to dampen or dull my Phyrexian nature. Should I fall prey to the being that wants me to bring about destruction of this world?
That's definitely. That might work. That's definitely a good idea. And I'm not entirely sure on the details, but I'm fairly certain that Golem guy was at some point affected by this same sort of thing, but broke out of it. I don't know for sure. Jay said something about it in passing.
That's the one that I wish to speak to, even though he punched me into a different dimension and wanted to help me in the cell for eternity.
Feel so
I
proud
would
of that.
like to hold. I would like to hold an audience with him, Karn, I believe it was.
Correct.
Right. What I could do, I could ask Chantel to get her brother to contact him, or Jace to contact him, and then we can speak about it. Honestly, I would like to. I don't want to give up what I am. I wish to control it, but at the same time, keep everything how it is. The voice told me that this universe is imperfect, that your organic makeup is flawed, but I don't see any flaws in it. I see a beauty in all things, even death.
I appreciate you. That's very flattering. But years of alcoholism has pretty much wrecked this liver, so that's definitely one flaw at least.
Well,
Hey, if I become a Phyrexian, will they cure my diabetes?
did someone really ask that? I'm sure. I am sure someone asked that before.
You'll never have to
But
worry about your blood sugar again.
I mean, well, yeah, because I won't have blood.
oh yeah,
I'll become
you
an
have
eldritch
oil. You get
abomination if it means I can eat all the candy I want.
Alright,
Fuck.
I'll act as that check if you want me to, Miss Helka. But I'll also make
Yeah.
sure to not do anything drastic without Shinzo. He seems to be the most trusted member of the group and knows you a bit better than I do.
I would say we all know me as well as each other, but
Well, I definitely don't know you as well as Miss Chantel. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean?
she kind of rolls her eyes all the way back to the whites and then come back. Smiles and gets a chuckle. You get a real laugh out of her.
Hey guys,
Due
be
to
right back.
Okay.
Be right back.
Go ahead. Yeah, it's a grim situation. She's all like, "If I could blush, I would." But honestly, yes, I do need something to keep what's going on in check because this is not the last. I know this is not the last I'll hear from that whatever the name. If I can only remember the name of the being that contact. Can I make a roll for that?
No, it didn't tell you.
Damn it. Alrighty then.
Well, Jay stopped by. He can probably go through the memories and find whatever the image is and talk to the Fence Watch. See what they have to say about it.
Fence Watch, god damn it.
The fence watchers. Well, in that case, very good. But I will be available for. Oh, I hope I didn't disturb Bigglesby in any way.
Oh
It
no,
was not mine.
Oh, not at all. He's happy to help, and he especially loves cuddles. It's just we're kind of telepathically bonded, so he kind of can't really keep stuff from me.
Right.
As you mention cuddles, you hear loud thumping at the door as Bigglesby pushes his head in, turns to Helica.
I don't think I need to translate that one.
Yes. It warms my heart. I don't know if it's a mockery to say that anymore, but
It warms
it
my
does
heart.
warm.
All three of them.
It warms. Yes, it warms my mechanical gears. No, honestly, it warms my heart that to know I am in such blessed company. But yes, I will tell Chantel and everyone else. Honestly, don't want to put this burden on everyone else because it's with the overarching thing. There's the fate of the world at stake.
Right.
With the things that we are doing.
We
So,
have an overarching storyline to go through. This is only my side quest.
yes, as the voice. Yes.
Look, we're in discs 2 out of 3 right now. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, you are.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But other than that, she says she scratches her chin. Um, I am going to try my best to I have a weird I would not lie if I would lie. I don't want to lie and say I don't have a pull towards that voice. I wanted to contact it, but that is so dangerous. I feel that I may need to wait till Jason and the boys get here.
Probably the best
I am
bet. But
forever.
you're all.
I am forever now and always referring to the Gatewatch as Jace and the boys.
But you're fighting it the same way some people fight the draw towards alcohol or other such vices. And that's what's
because
important.
the creature I saw, I mean, it was obviously waifu material. So naturally, I have
Oh,
a
Oh my
inclination
god,
to.
Elish Norn
Yes.
is not waifu material, trust me.
actually, if Karn does have a way to like remove the Phyrexian stuff, and he could do it for whatever that thing was, and then you re-Phyrexianized it, new waifu. That's
Huh.
not. It's probably a really bad idea, honestly, but not the worst thing we've tried.
Big think.
I
Big,
will
big
drop rocks on
giant.
all of you.
All right. Well,
Well, I didn't mean to disturb you.
no. You can come by anytime. I'll have better accommodations other than the skull over there and the obvious dead body right there and black mold growing over there on the.
Oh, is that a goblin skull?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to
Yes.
talk to her about her decor for the rest of the ride there.
The rest of the ride there is going to be like a day.
Oh.
Well,
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 I'll
then-
exit stage right.
There's a lot of decor to talk about.
yes.
I mean, it is Helica we're talking about, so.
Also, I'm putting my outburst on our Out of Context channel. The Out of Context channel on the Prism Blade Gaming Discord server. If you're watching this on YouTube, link is in the description.
Network.
Yeah.
All right.
You could possibly play with us in some of our semi-home games. They're
Yeah.
not streamed, but we're still playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd invite y'all to join the Prism Blade Gaming Patreon to be part of these awesome games, but like the only person who's a member of it is a member of Prism Blade Gaming. So like whatever. It's not like I'm depressed about that or anything. Shut up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, so Bigglesby flies into the fourth dimension and snuggles the GM.
Oh, thank you, Giant Bee. I appreciate it.
At this point, since we're almost there, Helica would come up to Chantel. Wife, I need to speak to you for a moment.
Oh? I was just speaking to the wall for a second. It was very nice.
The wall can wait.
Oh.
Yes, I'm sure she passed the wall.
Jesus, I'm just joking with you. I know something's up. I can see it in your eyes.
You can?
Yes.
What's in my eyes?
Something very. And then she goes right up into your face, just millimeters close. Duh. I can
What?
smell it. But
Oh,
I don't
right. I can't
like you.
smell you.
be all nosy and stuff. You can tell me when you feel.
Can you get it in my head? Anyway, no, listen. I have been contacted by an outer eldritch abomination horror who is not a waifu that I cannot uh bring into the harem. But anyway, I am going through some weird brain blast Jimmy Neutron thing. So basically, I may not be your wife any longer. Should I fail my wisdom check in the future?
Ah,
But it's
not another
okay.
word. You will always be my wife, and I yours. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter
say that.
where. What, do I have
Uh,
to say this to this abomination that should not be a wife?
no, no, no. Do not incur the wrath of that one. But listen,
Well,
listen.
I'll go and tell them. And she puts her
Listen, no,
hands on
no,
her hips.
no, 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 no. You're being. Listen, I'm going to make a like a collar thing. That way, if I should fail and my faculties aren't all there, the thing will subdue me, and I'll be out for a minute. So I may go into some sort of torpor or deathly sleep. Um, so I
Like a
entrust you
sleeping
and
beauty.
be serious. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. I'll I'll go into some weird sleep thing, and
Mhm.
it'll be like I'm dead, but I'm not. I'll wake up in these 6 days, and um, then let's see. I should be all right. If not, then I'll probably be a weird, viral, unstoppable killing machine. You guys will need to blow up my ship. I'll
Did
give
you
you.
did you actually just
Hmm?
say I'll wake up in D6 days?
Yeah, I mean that's what it says on the sheet here.
It's
Oh,
fucking
you mean
great.
it's the owner's manual that she got when she became Phyrexian. You know, D6 days,
Yes.
right here.
Oh, yes, D6 days. Maybe
Yes.
D10. You never know.
Yes.
Please,
Um.
I'm sorry, please continue.
Right. So, should that happen, um, and I go out, I I'm working on technology to transfer the consciousness. Now, it's not like Zux, but it's kind of different. So, I'm creating a different. I'm calling her. The DM said Twinica or Angelica. So, should I happen this mortal, not mortal, but
Fucking
this
damn
shell,
it.
should it should it fail to do what I need to do and it gets taken over, I'll have another body. But as of right now, I am all right because I rolled a 20, but I still got brain blasted. So thus I don't know
Yes,
what's gonna happen in
brain
the future.
blasting is no good. I've had that happen.
Yeah, it's not the best because I actually cried. So and I felt pain. Can you believe that? I felt like 1,000 auras to my temple, if that makes sense. So so that's all I want to tell you. That yes, I love you very much, and if I happen to go and not be myself, know that if I am stabbing you, that is not me. Even though it may look like me, it's not me. It's something else.
She literally
You're
just
perfect.
slaps both of your cheeks with her hands and just puts you in like a Chantal sandwich. And she just says, "Look, you're mumbling again. Just calm down. I will always be by your side. You could
Uh,
literally have everything put at me, but I will always
uh,
love you no matter what. And I'll
it's squishing
know,
my face.
yes, I know, but it's because you seem like you're nervous. You shouldn't be.
Oh,
Yes, you
I'm
are.
fine. Okay, we gotta go get the fishes. So I'm gonna like slip out of here, and we gotta go to shore so we gotta go to
Okay,
to.
but with that device, I could totally ask my brother, the old Wren, to make something like that, especially something so unique. He could probably make and invent something quite perfect for what you're looking for.
Word?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Get him on the phone. I gotta go talk to the captain though.
Okay. Go. Mwah!
Okay, she goes to the bridge. Where's Captain Sorok?
On the bridge.
Oh,
Yeah. You walk
oh,
in, and he's like right there.
Captain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to talk about my contributions to the team going forward. I do not know if I'll be mentally capable of keeping up with you all due to what has happened to me earlier. I was afflicted by something outside of this plane,
A smooth criminal.
if that makes sense. I was struck by Ellis Norn. Ye- Yes, but I just want to know, should anything goes wrong, and the fail safeties that I'm putting into motion fail, of course. I want to know if something happens and I get too out of pocket, you and the others will subdue me and possibly strike me down.
Throw things for a moment. If you asked me that when I even first met you, I'd probably say I would. But now, not too sure. If I'm being honest, that is. But
It is a hard thing to think about due to how much history we now have between us. Um, but I will not be the damnation of this universe, despite what the others that are like me think.
let me put it like this. If you do go down a bad path, I won't seek your death. I will seek to cure you of this. Fair enough?
That does put my soul at ease. Yes,
Mind you, that doesn't mean I won't try to lock you up for a while to keep you from hurting others, but
trust me, it'd be for the best, possibly. Um,
Hmm.
because I would not be in my right mind, and I do not intentionally wish to bring harm to anyone. Um, that is, if they're, of good intention, of course, and don't want to harm others. But yeah, I just wanted your confirmation because I don't know what's going to happen. What happened to me back there was I feel like a touch of luck to have resisted what happened to me because I wanted to immediately assimilate those people that was going to my ship, and I've never had any. I use it as a threat, of course, but it's not me. But yeah, thank you, Captain.
I know how it feels having someone in the back of your head nagging at you. Not exactly in the same manner, but then you have a ghost of your ancestors talking to you relentlessly to do certain things, and you don't agree with them.
The
It's
ghost of my
frustrating.
ancestor has all but I can't even see her anymore. Honestly, she used to be with me, but I think she's abandoned me. I can't
No,
call her anymore.
no. I think it's just that you need to reconnect to your inner self in a sense.
Hmm. She kind of smiles somberly. I haven't been spiritual since then. All the power that I have gotten has make me honestly throw all out the window because I I don't know. My brain isn't the same as it used to be. So, but I guess you're right. I guess I should try to meditate or something.
Here's the thing. From one to another. You should never forget where you came from, who you are, and what you believe.
Hmm.
This is the fact that I've been toting ever since I first met you. But stay connected to who you are. You are Helica. You're no one else. You're not me. You're not this Phyrexian thing. You're you. No one can tell you who you are and what you do. It is your decisions and your choice. Embrace the freedoms that as a pirate would grant you, and be
Right,
free
right.
from whatever ties to whatever lands and spirits wish to force upon you. Because
Hmm.
only then, when you embrace the true sense of freedom, well, your mind is clear.
You're right.
You think better. I mean, I know some people will claim that they don't have free will, but
Those people are dummies. Those people,
they are
Talk.
blinded to their own shortcomings.
those people are poopy
Too.
heads.
Ah, like,
They're blind to
right.
their shortcomings, preventing them from seeing their true path that they want.
You're right, Captain. I was thinking about it earlier. If my father could see me now, he he would, I don't know, he would think that probably think I wouldn't be his daughter anymore, actually. But
If your
knowing
father is a
him,
good man, he would still consider you his daughter, and he would see you as a free individual. In fact, the most free that any person could ever be.
yeah, it's why he chose me to go in this whole thing, I guess. But you're right, Shark. I will try to reconnect with my ancestor. Thank you for everything. And she gives him a big hug and then
Aw.
nods and she
He
goes, she's gonna
he would reciprocate the hug by just gently hugging her back with one arm.
The
Alright.
good old paladin giving a Christian side hug.
Yeah, but she says, I will be ready when we land in Labyrinthi. And then
Mm.
she nods and goes back to her quarters. And that'll be the end of Helica's long ass scene.
Well, actually, speaking of Labyrinthi, as you finish your discussion, you find that you are coming up on it.
Mm. Oh.
And the first thing you notice is the beach itself. Just dirt. There is no life growing on Labyrinthi. It is just dirt, more dirt, and hey, look over there. There's some more dirt. But
Well,
Odd.
beyond the dirt, you find a massive, and I mean massive, fortress. Easily the size of fucking a fucking city.
ooh.
Rising out of this island like a black spire with multiple layers, walls upon walls upon walls of towers, spires, and more parapets, all curving and spiraling in on each other, surrounding a massive singular pillar that rises up into the sky with 5 spikes coming out at different heights. You have made it to Labyrinthi. And as you approach, a spectral figure appears on the bridge, glitching and warbling like a hologram. It shows an older gentleman, weary-eyed, with a glorious handlebar mustache and a long beard. You are entering the domain known as Labyrinthi, built by the great Mordenkainen himself. If you have peaceful business here, land on the beach and enter through the southern gate. If you are hostile, or do not... What's the word I'm looking for? Or do not submit to these demands within the next 5 minutes, you will be designated as a hostile. And I guarantee you, stranger, you will meet your end quickly.
Ooh.
That's a good thing then that we are here for an unpeaceful means.
Hey, Mr. See-Through guy.
He's
Can
gone.
you hear us?
He's gone.
It is the trapdoor all over again.
Beware, foolish mortals.
You heard that weird ghost thing? Land the ship.
As the ship goes down, gently landing a few minutes later on the beach, the party disembarks to look out upon the massive fortress. The huge walls are now looming tall over the party, easily dwarfing the ship itself. We're talking like 4 stories tall, and the ones inside even bigger.
That is a big place.
Whoever this Mordecai is, he knows how to build.
Another dwarf, perhaps?
I don't know, I feel like I've heard that name before.
Y'all are welcome to roll history for Mordenkainen.
Okay.
Would I have advantage because I lived in Neverwinter?
Yep.
Whoa.
All right, so if you rolled above a 15, if you rolled a 15 or higher,
Well, I
right.
never paid attention to history class apparently.
Okay, if you rolled a 10 or higher, you would recognize Mordenkainen as an Archmage, easily one of the most powerful ever born. If you rolled a 15 or higher, you would recognize Mordenkainen as the Archmage. The dude has invented many spells that are now considered like standard learning for young mages. So the fact that you're looking at one of his creations, oh shit.
Wow.
I don't really know much about the guy, but I did hear that he was like an Archmage or something.
He's let's just say he could beat Shinzo in a straight fight.
What?
Yeah, he's kind of. So you know how you can do like that magic stuff, yeah? He invented a fair portion of it himself.
You know the old joke about the old hand-waving joke about, oh, a wizard did it. He's the wizard that did it.
He's the wizard that not only did it, but fucked it at the same time.
He's the wizard who literally just sent a bird to deliver that joke to us.
Yeah.
Layers.
Well, I'm expecting a lot of traps now.
Well, I mean, we're coming in peacefully, and the ghost thingy said this is how we should do it, so I expect there won't be traps.
Whoa, so Mordecai is literally from first edition? Like, he's
yeah,
bad,
Mordenkainen
like,
is hardcore stuff.
He's
There's
from
a picture of him.
all the way back.
Yeah, he is very, very powerful.
Can he take us to first edition world?
Let's not go to
if
first
you-
edition world. It sounds like it's a lot of math.
First edition? Oh god. It's not just a lot of math. It's a lot of you're gonna die.
Oh,
Repeatedly. A
and
lot.
I know out of character that he's actually a confirmed MTG Planeswalker.
He is. He is a Flameswalker.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually have the card. It's great.
It's so good.
Alright, let's
And
go,
he's
let's go.
also he was
Let's
actually
go.
also a player's character at one point.
Yep.
Well,
Oh,
let's
he's
go. Let's go knock on this DM tier being's door and see what comes of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
As the party approaches, the massive double doors loom over them, vast and unconquerable. As you approach, you find that they are made of solid steel, wrought by magic, and you can feel the enchantments radiating off of them as you come close. Who's going to knock?
Knock knock.
Well, she did it.
Should have expected that, to be
Hmm.
honest. As Chantel gives a gentle knock, the door slowly opens to reveal another illusion of Mordenkainen himself.
That's him. That's him.
Greetings. I am a simulacrum designed by my creator to greet any who would dare enter Labyrinthi. May I have
Nice
your
to meet you.
names, please?
Captain Sorok Goldeneye. As he would gesture for the rest to, introduce themselves.
Amo Beeson, Bigglesby Beeson.
Anybody else responding?
Alika, you're
Is your speech okay?
the dude. That's him. Damn,
What?
look at his shiny head. Look at his shiny krillin head. I'm Helica.
Oh, excuse me. Could you please, she takes out a piece of paper. Could you please sign an autograph for my dearest wife, Helica of the Diamond Deserts?
The simulacrum looks at it, closes his eyes in consternation, then casually takes it, quickly signs it, and hands it back.
Oh, good. Oh, can you please put a little love heart there, please?
No.
Oh,
Thank
oh,
you.
okay.
You're very attractive. We don't want a husbando situation right now.
Chantel hands the piece of paper back to Helica.
She smells the paper.
Sorok is just looking at that like, what the fuck?
Wow, that's a new one.
Oh, and by the way, my name is Chantel Kosal.
Interesting.
And I'm Ikaras Skarn.
And then Sorok gestures over for Shinzo to introduce himself.
He just looks at the hologram or whatever, and just says, "I much rather introduce myself to you one-on-one, face-to-face."
I am the closest face-to-face you are going to get.
Well,
My
that's a
creator,
disappointment.
my creator, the original Mordenkainen, is no longer on this plane. And I doubt he has any intentions of returning.
That's a pity. I am Shinzo then.
I thank you for all of your names.
Gotcha, bitch!
as suddenly all of you are pulled inside. The doors slide shut, and he disappears. And none of you can remember who you are.
What the?
And-
Hey,
and
where's
with that,
my-
we will end the episode for the evening.
Oh no. Oh no.
Congratulations,
we gotta
you gave him your names. Quite literally.
I'm holding back so much rage because of how anal I was about this earlier when we were dealing with the hags. But I don't want to blow out my mic on stream and have Shinzo have to cut it out.
By the
Oh
way,
my god, I
you.
should have not told him my name. I was so close.
I should have just said Goku. Damn it.
Goku.
excuse me what we're saying, but
Yes.
was that reference that he's not on this plane a reference that the fact that he's, spoiler, may or may not be in Curse with Strahd?
No, it's just a statement that he's not here.
Ah.
Like in like the Prism Blade universe canon thing, I don't actually know where Mordenkainen is. I just know that he's not here.
I kind of spoiled where he was.
Eh. All right. So with that,
Damn it,
Dingo, I'm so sorry. I'm not
I
sorry
should
at
have
all.
just said hot. I should have just said my name was
I'm
Hot.
just
That
thinking.
was well played, you magnificent fucking bastard.
Thank you.
I agree. Also, Jesus Christ, we're having one of those episodes next time.
Yes,
Great.
yes, we are.
That autograph is gonna be important then, because Halika still has her name written on it on the tag, as well as his name.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Got
this
one of
must
the
mean
head-
that your name's Mordekainen.
No, but it says, but I put to you, so it's
Yes.
Halika.
I signed the autograph to Helica.
Wait, that must mean you're Helica. Because like, look, you're both kind of holding it. Mordekainen must be handing it to you, Helica.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Hog, you done pulled the greatest like trick ever. I've never. It's not like a
Honestly,
first edition type trick. It's like
I am honestly astounded y'all fell for that.
You guys,
I
you
wasn't
got-
expecting it!
you really distracted us with Mordekainen being such a big character. Like
Yeah.
that's what did it. Normally you, well, I don't want
Wait.
to say normally because you're very good at not doing any tricks like this normally. So it's always a fucking surprise, like the goddamn fucking coin pile of mimics.
Wait, what?
I'm proud of myself. I'm ending this here mostly because I'm just proud of myself.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, take it.
Ladies,
Wait, a coin pile of mimics?
I've done it before. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a dick move, but it's great. Oh, ladies, gentlemen, and others, I would like to thank you all so much for watching. My name has been Hawk. I am the magnificent bastard and the wizard that did it. I'd also like to thank for joining us, Shinzo,
Thank you all for joining.
Sorok, or fucking, Quinn. There we go.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Quinn. Ryan.
Good night, y'all.
Shun.
Oh yes, I forgot that is my name. Yes. What? Oh yeah. Oh, thanks
Damn
for
it, I
watching.
had the same joke. Damn it, I was gonna say.
No, it wasn't a joke because I was literally. Thanks for watching, y'all. Like, subscribe, and sub to the pack to Patreons.
Yes.
Oh my
Thank you. And Bean and Dingo.
Peace, love, and a pox upon the clan Johansson!
What?
Do you know how many poxes are on my clan right now? It's like 2. Which
Welcome to the third.
If I had a nickel for every time a pox had been placed on my name, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't much, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Special shout out to Shun and Bean for doing the art for the characters. They are wonderful. Also, special thanks to Incarnate for giving us the ability to make this wonderful map that you're looking at right now. Also, special thanks to let me look them up. Zyra Lynn on ArtStation for that amazing artwork of Elish Norn we saw earlier in the episode. And thank you to Shinzo, our editor, for doing the edited version of the YouTube version of this version. Let's see. I've already mentioned the Patreon. We've already done like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, praise Yawgmoth, and undergo phthisis. You know,
Discord link again.
Yeah, we have a Discord. Come join us. Be happy. And I guess the last question I have to ask is, hey Shun.
Here we go.
Do Helica got a booty?
Yes.
I should know by now, yes.
I know.
Wait, which Helica?
Why are we sad about this?
Both.
No, like, I mean, the proper answer is she do.